Morning. Just a quick one this morning. This is it. This is the last one. This is the last ride. This time next week is London to Brighton. This time next week it'll all be over. So just a quick, I don't know, easy-ish ride today. I'm on the Harborne Walkway now. I'm off to meet Paul, meeting him at the university, and we are going to go down to Waisley and the Lickies and maybe try and do a bit of climbing because I really haven't done any. And I've got to do 1,200 feet of it next week. So a little bit of climbing, but mostly just to get out, stretch our legs while the weather's good. So yeah, last one. Bit nervous, but we'll talk about that later. Quick glimpse of the shirt. You can see the Braga shirt. Promised you some facts and figures today. You'll get some. Excuse the camera harness, that's what that is. Nothing any more interesting than that, I'm afraid. Yeah, so we'll see you later. I'll take you along with us and we'll see you later. It's still got some ace features along here. This is one of them. Thanks to Dr. Beechin. There would have been trains going, oh I haven't got any lights. There'd have been trains going through here at some point. Now it's bikes and dogs and Harbornians. University station. This is where I'm meeting Paul. I haven't been out with him since he bought his fancy new bike. So look out for his fancy new bike. Brown. There he is, you can see his high vis from here. Oh, he's got his socks on. You can see his socks. We're not going to lose him, are we? Bournebrook Walkway. Check out those socks. We're not losing Paul today, are we? He's funny. I think he wore those when we did Land's End to Johnny Boats. There's a picture of him wearing them outside St Breville's Hostel in Monmouth. I hope he's washed them since then. So this is a path to the visitor centre that keeps you off the road. Let's see what it's like. Never been down here. Paul says it gets muddy, but doesn't look it so far. Quite nice. This is a long climb, not steep, but long. I suspect this will be a bit like some of the climbs next week. Made it to Waisley Hills Visitor Centre. Just at the cafe, and we're going to have a bacon and egg sandwich. I did quite a lot of climbing to get to him, mostly on the road, but sort of Merrick's Brook, Adams Hill, all round by the race is pretty hilly, so a good bit of training. And we've been on Route 5, so we're going to decide whether we go up and over here now and over the Lickies, or whether we go back on Route 5. We shall see. I suspect we'll opt for the easier option because that's what we're like. Yeah, so we're going to eat a bacon and egg sandwich. Look at this. This is Paul's fancy new bike. It's a Shand something. Tab. Oh, Tam. It's a Shand Tam, and it's brown and gold. It's very, very flashy and fancy. Look at this. Still got the same two wheels as mine, like one on the back and one on the front. But it's got a roll-off hub and it's got a carbon belt instead of a chain. How fancy is this? It's a little bit overkill, I feel, for Waisley Cafe, but it's a very, very nice bike. Paul bought it at the NEC at the bike shop, at the bike show, and it's shiny looking new. It's all shiny. It's got new handlebars on. It's got a new bell. Look at that. So yeah, very nice shiny bike. It's Paul. No, thank you. So there you go, Paul's fancy shiny new bike. Look at that, very, very nice. Lots of pennies, but very, very nice. What came up goes back down. So we're going back along Route 5 all the way back to Paul's, and then I will carry on Route 5 up the canal through Sandwell Valley. We decided not to go over Waisley in the Lickies, it's packed, and we just don't feel fit enough, so that doesn't bode well for next week, but let's see. Quite happy with this. This is a very nice downhill that we cycled up to get to the visitor centre. We've had a cup of tea, we've had a bacon and egg sandwich. Well, I have, Paul hasn't. Yeah, so now we're heading back. Route 5 is nice from this side of town, actually. Goes through some nice bits. And it's a decent distance. I've done 18 miles just to get to here, so I've got to do the same back again. So, you know, I'll have come nearly 40 miles by the time I get home. Yeah. This is lovely, I like this a lot. All the years I've been going up the road to get into Waisley, and this is here. Big. Definitely gravelly. Nice though. Didn't realise I've come down it how steep that was to get up it. Here we go, then we're on Cecil Road. Here we go, Paul's going off-road on his fancy bike. Let's do it. Look at that. Got the tyres dirty. Oh, look at this. Community garden, that's it now. Paul's a proper mountain biker. Oh, I'm on Paul's fancy bike. I feel like I'm sitting up and begging. I'm just going to go around the field a bit. He hasn't got flat pedals. They're sticking in the bottoms of my shoes. But other than that, they're alright. Oh, this is fancy. This is proper fancy. It's quite big. He's ruining my bike. He's on my bike. And he's 4 foot too tall for it. Look at you on a little baby bike.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice. It's hurting my feet. Going on the path. Ooh, doesn't feel like a mountain bike because it's sit up and beg, so it feels a bit odd. The roll off is fabulous, of course, but it doesn't feel quite like a mountain bike. I feel like I'm sat too high up. Back on the Harborne Walkway on my way home. I've left Paul behind. At his house, I might add. I haven't just left him behind and cycled off. We stopped at his house for a cup of tea. And we've done about 28 miles together. And then we stopped at his house for a cup of tea. And I've left him there. So, sort of heading back the way I came. Might do a bit of a extra loop around Sandwell Valley just to add a few miles. Quite happy with the distance so far, so I'll see how I feel when I get near home. It's lovely down here when it's quiet. When it's full of people with dogs, it isn't so pleasant because it's quite narrow, but still, it's a lovely place to cycle. This is the halfway point. This is the middle tunnel. It's really dark in here. but you know, woohoo, you're rolling downhill and hoping there's nothing in your way, of course. Got no lights on. So now we can roll the rest of the way, roll the rest of the way into Summerfield Park. So that's the end of the Harborne Walkway. We're coming into Summerfield Park now. It might be a bit busy, but let's have a look. It's quite well used by families, which is nice, and football and cricket and sport in general. So there we go, that's the cut through from Harborne Walkway back to the canal. A little bit of housing estate here where they've built brand new cycle paths, which is great, past the school. And then we're back at the canal. The other side of the canal, which to my disdain has been tarmacked, which I kind of get why. I know they're doing it for accessibility reasons, and it's nice to be on this side and away from all the people, because it does get pretty busy along here. It's nice and wide, but it's a bit sanitised. It's okay. It's actually nice to be on a wider path. They don't cut the other side back. It's nice to be on a wider path. It's nice to have a bit of space. Maybe I'll get used to the tarmac. I'm not over keen, but it'll be much easier in the winter. So in the winter, this was unrideable because it just got so rutted and muddy that it was just, you couldn't really use it, to be honest. So this is actually quite nice. Much nicer actually, just because of the bushes on the other side are not being cut back. So this is nice and wide. Take it all back the tarmac. Oh, I like this. Changing my mind. I like this a lot. I like how wide it is and how open it is compared to the other side. Lumpy bumpy. This is a bit of canal I don't come down very often. I normally get off just back there and go up the road to home, but I thought I'm going to go down Sandal Valley. I'll come this way for a change. It's we're on the bottom canal now, the new canal. Well, I was on the new canal anyway, on the mainline canal. The canal to the right up this slope is the original canal with locks and all sorts. So the two canals run parallel, one above the other. There's a system for shifting water from one to the other still. There's a couple of pumps. There's also the Smethwick pump house up here. Some fab old bridges along here, cast iron, probably Thomas Telford bridges, none more so than Galton Bridge just round the corner. The difference here with this canal is you can see that it's cut. It's got high banks both sides. It's been cut into the hillside effectively. You know, much better technology when the one at the top was built. So yeah, I mean, it makes it a bit dark and dingy, to be honest, in the winter. This time of year it's just about okay. Come through here of an evening in the winter, it's pretty grim. It's not somewhere I'd want to be for a long time on my own. Steps up there to the Hawthorns and Smethwick Town Centre. Oh, lumpy bumpy, lumpy bumpy, lumpy bumpy. And this is the old Smethwick Pump House, which is only open on certain days for you to go in and have a look around. It's a heritage site now. Never been in there. Never managed to be here on a day when it's been open, to be honest. Sandwell Valley. Haven't been in here for ages. It's probably going to be busy today because it ain't raining and it's a really well used park, country park. I'm not far from home, to be honest. I should probably do a quick lap because that gives me a couple of nice climbs to do. There's a climb up alongside the field which is really nice. It's nice and gravelly, and then there's a climb up towards getting off for mine. First things first, we're going over the M5, which is always nice because it's always nice to see the traffic and know that you're not a part of it. Right then, bit of a downhill, just to force myself to go back uphill. When I first came down here on my bike, I used to think it was really steep and it really scared me, and now I just look forward to it. I'm still not brilliant downhill, but if you'd have seen me the first time I came down here, I was crawling. So, you know, 3 years on, and I think there's been some improvement. Stopped at Sandwell Valley for a rest. I like this view. You can see down to the lake. There's a lot of sailing and paddleboarding and kayaking going on today. But also, what's new, I don't know if you can see this cream path, is they've put a bike track in. Now, they said they were going to put some bike tracks in. They didn't say where. This one bends and curves all the way down the hill. It looks like some sort of, I suppose, very tame BMX track. I'm not sure if it's open. I'm not sure how you get into it, somewhere over there, but I shall be definitely coming back and having a go. It's kind of my sort of level. You can't really go wrong. It's very tame. It's probably aimed at kids. I'm happy with that. Maybe this is a Bicycle Adventure Club foray into Sandwell Valley to try out the new BMX track. Let's do it. Time for a sit down and to tell you about the shirt, as I said I would. As you know, if you watch the unboxing video, you'll know it's a Sporting Club Braga shirt. It's quite a nice shirt. I'm quite liking the gold and the navy. It goes with my navy gloves. So I wrote some facts down about Sporting Club Braga. Of course, I've written them in the notes on my phone. So here we go. I'm going to try and see if I've absorbed any of it to give you some facts. Founded in 1921, so they're 102 years old this year. Their stadium was built, their new stadium was built in 2003 for the Euros in Portugal. And I'm going to put a couple of pictures in because it's just astonishing. It's built in the base of a former quarry. So it's got a stand at each end behind the goal and then nothing along the sides other than quarry. When you see the pictures, you'll instantly recognise it. It's called the Estadio de Pedreira. Who knows what the capacity is? It can't be a lot. Anyway, I'll post some pictures. Got promoted to the first division in Portugal in 1948 and then again in 64, so they must have been relegated. and then again in 75, and they are still there. They're the 4th longest serving Portuguese Premier League club behind the obvious Porto, Benfica and Sporting Lisbon. They won the Intertoto Cup 2008-2009 and qualified for the Champions League in 2010 for the first time. And in case anybody's interested, they're 250 to 1 to win the Champions League this year. So quite frankly, I'd save your money and put it on Bayern Munich. So there's the facts about Sporting Club Braga. Of course, I've ordered another mystery shirt. So let's see. I think one of the biggest decisions I've got to make for next week for the ride is, other than what snacks to take, obviously, is what football shirt to wear. So if you've got any requests, stick it in the comments below, because I've got an array of football shirts, loads of Albion shirts, England shirt, Braga shirt, Bayern Munich shirt, Madrid shirt, Barcelona top. So, I don't know, got any suggestions? Because I'm open for suggestions, because I haven't really decided. Let me know. I'm about 5 minutes from home now. I'm going to go a little bit more of a climb and then down a very nice steep-ish path back into the residential area, and then I'm 5 minutes from home. So yeah, there we go, almost there. The Garmin's definitely playing up. It's telling me I'm doing 8 miles an hour, and I am not, because I am motoring down this hill. I mean, I'm probably not doing much more than 15, but I'm certainly not doing 8. Might be doing 8 coming up it. The watch will tell me different, but I can't look at it because I need both hands on the handlebars. That's it, I'm home, sitting in the garden. Nice ride that. We managed nearly 40k, I mean 40 miles actually. I think I've clocked 38 miles, so that was nice. I wasn't expecting to do that much. It's 2/3 of the distance for next week. I can't believe I'm sitting here now saying it's next week. I remember sitting here in April doing the first video saying I've got 6 months, and now all of a sudden I've got 6 days. But actually I'm really pleased with what we've done today. To do 40 miles having not been out for a couple of weeks is great. Legs felt really good. I'm going to struggle on some of the uphills, but I don't care. I don't care if I have to get off and walk. Really looking forward to it now. So that was nice today. I went down to Paul's, and then we went down the Bournebrook Way, Woodgate Valley, down to Bartley Green Res, climbed some steep hills actually around there to get back up from the Res, Merritt's Brook, Adams Hill, stuff like that. Back onto Route 5, down to Waisley, nice bacon sandwich, cup of tea, and then we decided to come back on Route 5. I don't think either of us fancied going up and over Waisley and the Lickies, so we jumped back on Route 5 and came all the way back, went to Paul's, and then I carried on, did a bit of Sandor Valley, which was nice and quiet. And yeah, so really pleased that we've managed to get 40 miles under my belt. It's only another 20 for next week, so, you know, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I mean, I'm hoping that some of the adrenaline and the sort of day's atmosphere will get me round. But that's it. I'm ready to go. So thank you for watching all the training videos. The next video will be of the actual ride. It may not be straight away because I've got, we're having a few days down at the coast after the ride. So, but there will be a video of the ride. That's what this has all been building up to. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking with the football shirts. I really like this Braga shirt. The more I wear it, the more I like it. And like I say, if you've got any suggestions for what football shirt you think I should wear for next Saturday for the ride, let me know. I'd be open to suggestions. If not, I'll just, I don't know, pick one at random. So yeah, subscribe to the videos if you've enjoyed them, like them, and look out for the big one for London to Brighton next weekend. Thank you very much for coming with me on this training journey, and I'll see you after the ride. See you on the other side. Thank you. Bye.